what's good? My name is Luke Vidler and I help people scale their personal brands. I have over 45,000 subscribers on YouTube, 25,000 on TikTok and 8,000 on Instagram. And today I'm going to be going over some of my subscribers' channels, TikToks, Instagram pages. You get the gist. Talking about what they can do to scale them up, how they can generate more leads, more revenue, and overall just build a killer personal brand. So I'm not here to waste your time. Let's jump straight into it, Sonny. All right, so off the bat, we have Orlando. The first thing I'm going to say is this bio needs work. No one gives a fuck how old you are. No one cares where you're from. We need to know who you are and who you help, as in the type of demographic you are targeting. Who is your content for? You saying self-improvement and motivational content doesn't tell us enough. There's nothing separating you from the other hundreds of millions of motivational self-improvement creators on the internet. So you need to have some sort of statement in your bio that specifies who you help. Is going to make people more inclined to follow.
Good advice. When to take it, who to take it from, and how to recognize it. You know, I think it's safe to say that we all have a time when we get frustrated when someone tells us we should or shouldn't do something.
All right, so off the bat, the hook is fucking terrible. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You could have started that video off with something along the lines of, if you're sick of people giving you shitty advice, then you're gonna wanna watch till the end of this video because I'm gonna teach you how to identify good and bad advice. That's much stronger than good advice, who to take it from, when to take it. No one's watching, all right? You need to understand when you make a post, people are looking for any excuse they possibly can to scroll because they understand they can just scroll and scroll and scroll. And if they don't like something, they can just go to the next one. So you are competing for attention. You need to give them all the reasons in the world to stay. Now, you just starting the video off with good advice, when to take it, who to take it from. I've scrolled already. No one gives a fuck because you haven't specified what the video's about. You haven't formed an emotional connection with the viewer. You need to say something which is polarizing or that is highly relatable. So you starting the video off with, if you're sick of people giving you shitty advice, you're gonna wanna watch till the end of this video because I'm gonna tell you exactly how to identify good and bad advice. They're going to be more inclined to watch that because you've told them what the video is about and you've identified a pain point, right? They're sick of hearing people's shitty advice, okay? So the hook is everything.
Oh, isn't it crazy how I can post this and ironically it performs better than 90% of my videos, a more informative video of mine with act.
Right, so I've just watched 15 seconds into this video. Still zero fuck of a clue as to what the point is. There's no context. 15 seconds in, no context, bro. I've swiped. I'm sorry, I'm gone. Everyone's gone. All right. Now, if you wanted this video to perform fucking 10 times better, I would have started it with something along the lines of, my generation is absolutely fucked. Now, let me explain why. Okay, you can see how that hooks them. It's an emotional connection. Anyone who is of a similar age to you is going to be hooked straight away. Why is his generation fucked? I'm a part of his generation, right? Your hooks are everything, bro, okay? I actually watch Orlando's content. That's why he's in here. And what I've noticed is his information is good. But if you can't hook the viewer and genuinely make them build that trust, see you as someone who's credible and an authoritarian figure in the space, they're not going to watch to that 15-second mark where you're just fucking dumping value, which Orlando does. The hook is everything, especially on short form, bro. All right, now moving up to the highlights you've got here, they're a little bit all over the place. So I'm about to compare it to my page. You can see here I've got everything labeled as just a simple word. It's labeled as clear what you're going to get upon clicking on the highlight. So you've got trips, YouTube, homies, client results, gains, my story. Okay, now we'll navigate over to Orlando's. It's a bit all over the place, right? So he's got business, one's an emoji, 2025, it's a number, Twitch streaming, it's a logo, YouTube, it's a logo. This one's just an emoji with like a fucking sunset. It's all over the place. You need to label them cleanly. You need to understand when people come to your page, they're getting a first impression. When they see this, it's not clean, it's not structured, it's not well thought out. And on top of this, the videos and the posts which you've got at the top of your page aren't screaming trust or an authoritarian figure, right? You've got this post here. So this is a photo of him with his dog. Remember to show your real smile time and time again, right? So it's a nice message, but it doesn't tell people what you're about. So we'll navigate back over to my page here. You will see I've got my most popular video pinned, my story video pinned, which you'll see I've done a nice clean thumbnail for. Keep in mind you can do thumbnails on Instagram, guys. And a photo with a super famous person. Of course, not all people have this, but the reason I've got that pin is because it builds authority straight away, right? People see David Goggins, he's already an authoritarian figure. They link me to him, boom. I have authority, I am credible. What I'm saying is credible, right? So you might have, for example, Orlando, at the top of your page, a My Story post, right? People need to understand who you are in order to relate to you. You can give out all this free value and advice, but if no one knows where you come from, the type of upbringing you've had, and just your story in general, there's no relation or emotionality to you. So you need to make it clear not just who you are and what you stand for, but how you came to stand for those things. Your story. Yo brother, what's cracking? Sorry to interrupt the video, but if you're finding value in this video right now, click that top link in the description. That's going to take you to my school community where I have every single resource you could possibly need in order to grow your personal brand from 0 to 10,000 followers and beyond and start to monetize, make it your full-time career. So if that sounds like something that may be of interest, just click that top link. I'll let you get back to the video. All right, now on to Charlie. Straight away, we can see here there's a few things that need fixing, right? I'm Charlie, a 20-year-old with the mission of making meaningful and inspiring content to, and then it cuts off, right? You need to keep it as brief as possible so people can see the mission, right? You've clearly got a message in one line or less, okay? So it cuts off. That's the first thing I would change. Channel banner, right? Once again, first impressions. You need it to be clear what your channel is about. This is a photo of him flexing, couple photos of his faces, and then some quote that he's obviously written himself, along with a squished piece of text saying his name. As soon as people come onto your channel, they need an incentive to stay on your channel, because the longer they stay, the more likely they are to watch more of your content. So a simple fix with this channel banner straight out would be putting something like subscribe. Straight away, you've put into their brain, oh fuck, you've made them conscious that they should subscribe, because 99% of the people that watch your videos, literally that's not an over exaggeration, will not subscribe, right? 99% of my viewers on my channel are not subscribed. Simply just by having that call to action, it makes them conscious of it. People aren't as conscious of hitting the subscribe button these days. So if you just change that to subscribe, bro, I guarantee you would have at least another 100 subscribers already. We navigate over to my channel and you'll see here I've got subscribe. It's nothing too crazy, yeah? We've got these authority building photos, Jack Piggott, David Goggins, and just basic photos of myself, but it looks nice and clean, okay? The text is super readable. See, we'll navigate back to Charlie's. It's a little bit too squished. It's not appealing to look at. It looks very comical, right? But scrolling down, something I actually like that he has done, and I did advise him to do this, full transparency, he's a client of mine, is he has organized his homepage. So I'm just going to take you through what he's done right here, okay? So he's got his popular videos, which is exactly what you want. This is, once again, first impressions. If you've got your most popular videos, then chances are they're the best videos on your channel. So people seeing these are likely to stick around, you know, watch a couple of them and become a subscriber and a long-term viewer. For you, created playlists, videos, shorts, community posts. I really like what he's done here. This is the exact layout you want. Because, like I said, first impressions are everything. If they come onto your channel, you don't even have a homepage, you haven't customized the layout, you've got no playlists, no community posts, it's literally just videos and shorts, they're going to leave. It does not look appealing. It doesn't feel like you've put in the effort. Right now, just navigating over to Charlie's latest videos, one thing I'm going to say is it feels very cluttered. Okay, so there's a little bit too much going on. Once again, this comes down to first impressions. When people look at all of your videos as a collective, that's a first impression, right? When I look at these thumbnails, there's just a little too much going on, okay? So we'll navigate over to mine and I'll compare the two, right? So you'll see in my thumbnails, I have bold, clearly readable text. Every thumbnail is consistent. They don't have to be the exact same, like I do both, you know, photos on the same side and then just me in the middle, but it doesn't have to be the same thumbnail every time. It's just what works for me personally. But you need to have some sort of consistency in your thumbnails, because when people see a video, they watch it, right? They may never think of you again 2-3 months. But if they see a thumbnail that's similar a couple months later, they're going to click on it because they know it's you, right? So having a consistent style of thumbnail, having a consistent style of editing is so important when you're building your personal brand. But we'll navigate back to Charlie's. It's not that they're not consistent. There's just a little bit too much going on. So for the videos that have the photos in the thumbnails, I would say only add them if they add to the thumbnail. Right, so this one here, I wanted to kill myself 2 years ago. This is my story. you could have done with not adding those photos, right? It's just 2 photos of your head and there's a photo of you in the middle. It takes away from the impact of what's just been said. They're looking at too many different things. Which face are they supposed to look at? Because there's 3 of them in the thumbnail, right? I would only add it if it really adds weight to whatever the statement is in your thumbnail, caption, and title. Okay, so I'll navigate once again back to my channel. And we've got the video that's titled, I started smoking weed at 9 years old, here's my story. The thumbnail caption, the day that fucked my life. On the left, we've got a photo of me looking innocent at 9 years old, and then a photo of me looking fried as fuck, not looking like I'm in a very good position at all when I'm 15 years old, okay? Both of those photos add weight to what I just said, so it makes sense to add them. But you will see here, smoking weed every day at 15 years old nearly destroyed me. In that thumbnail, there are no photos, and the reason for that is because I don't feel they're going to add any sort of weight to what I just said. Just me looking at the camera and having a caption in the thumbnail adds far more weight and emotionality to that statement than if I were to have 2 photos of my head just looking fried as fuck on either side. People know what the video's about, but you adding those photos takes away from the statement that's just been said. Now let's take a look at some of his short form content.
Yo bro, looks like I caught you on here at a good time today. I think you know what I'm about to ask, so we'll just skip past that and get to the main point here. I know that you know that there is something more that you could be doing right now. And no, I don't mean something that everyone else wants for you that you don't. I mean something that you actually want to do but are afraid to take action on.
I just got 20 seconds into this video and I have zero fuck of a clue as to what it's about. Okay, once again, it's no disrespect. This is just exactly what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. You could have started that off with something along the lines of, if you've been scared of taking action recently, then watch this video because what I'm about to say is quite literally going to change your entire life. Right? It doesn't have to be word for word exactly that, but something along those lines is much punchier than you saying, yo bro, I don't even remember what it was.
Yo bro, looks like I caught you on here at a good time today.
It's far more impactful than you saying something like, yo bro, looks like I caught you on here at a good time, scrolling again, all right? Once you've built authority in the space, you can start a video with yo bro, right? Like I do that sometimes, full transparency, you would have seen. But the reason I'm able to do that is because I'm already an authoritarian figure in the space, okay? So at the start, especially at the start, you want to hook them immediately, right? If there's something you know you've been procrastinating to do recently, then watch till the end of this video because I guarantee you I'm about to make you take action. Far stronger hook, start with that, right? Instead of me getting 20 seconds into the video not knowing what the fuck it's about, right? People would have scrolled on by that point. All right, now here we have Theo. I think you guys already know what I'm gonna say because I mentioned this earlier in the video. He doesn't have a homepage. That tells me he hasn't put the effort in. There's no customizable options. I can't see his most popular videos as soon as I navigate to his page. I can't see what he's about. All he's got is authenticity, humanity, and loyalty, right? He doesn't have a channel banner. There's no understanding of what he's going to be talking about in his videos other than the thumbnails, right? No playlists, no community posts. There's no sort of connection to the viewers. He doesn't interact with his audience yet. One thing I will say though, in full transparency, once again, Theo is a client of mine. His thumbnails are nice and consistent, easy to read, and very decluttered. There's not too much going on. All right, so I'm going to filter to his most popular videos and just take a look here. So we've got simply just his face, text, his face, text. And you can see these videos are working, all right? These thumbnails are working, I should say. It's not like they're driving down the views. His most popular video is a photo of his face with text. You don't need to add photos to add weight. Only need to add photos if they do add weight, okay? There doesn't have to be photos in every single thumbnail. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense.
If you're 15, 16, 17, or even 18 years old, then please watch this video because this is something my younger self definitely should have heard a long time ago. You'll make it. And I know you've probably heard that 1,000 times today, but you will. I look at myself for...
Right, so we're 20 seconds into the video and I've only just found out what it's about once again. So like I say, those hooks, there's nothing wrong with them, but use them once you've built up a bit of authority in the space. It's not exactly like a Jack Piggott style hook, like he's used one similar to that, but he hasn't copied it directly, which is great. The only thing I would say is hook with something harder. When you're a small content creator, you need to be hooking them immediately. You've given no one a reason to want to watch your content. So you need to hook harder. I would have started this video with the stage that he's at with something along the lines of, if there's something you've been worried about recently, then I highly advise you watch till the end of this video, because I guarantee you I'm about to completely change your perspective on it. So much stronger than if you're 15, 16, 17, rah, rah, rah. Because you're just listing ages, and like I said, there's no credibility. But let's watch another one.
If you're under 18 and get nervous around girls or guys...
Yes, Theo, this is a fucking banger hook. Straight out. If you're under 18 and you get nervous around girls, you've identified a pain point in the hook. That is what I'm talking about, son. This is what you want. That is a banger hook.
And this video is for you. You're not going to be perfect, bro. Right? As much as you and I want to be perfect, we...
Fucking reaffirm what they already believe, okay? They can constantly tell themselves they're not going to be perfect, right? But when someone else tells them that, it's like a confirmation bias of their own personal thoughts, okay? So what he has done in this is spot on. I'm not even going to say anything so far has been negative in this short. He started it with a strong hook. He reaffirms something which they think sometimes but maybe don't believe fully yet. Let's keep watching.
Let's say I go up to a girl I find very attractive, and it plays out like a Hollywood movie. Right, I'm charismatic, she finds me attractive.
Situation. You've put them in a situation, right? You've sort of told a story here. They're picturing, let's say we go up to a girl and you approach her, it goes like a Hollywood movie, man, right? They're putting themselves in your shoes. They're putting themselves in that situation in their mind. This is a banger short, okay? Theo, if you're watching this, brother, fucking go in, double down on this type of content, this type of hook. That is what's going to get your channel pumping.
If I get a number and we go on a lot of dates. Let's say...
Let's watch another one. Straight out, I've got nothing to critique. He has done everything right in this one particular short.
It doesn't matter if you're winning or losing in life right now, but if you're seeing this video, it's meant for you.
Not a strong hook.
You can change it, bro. And I know it's hard.
I would have started this, right? It's about change. I've just found that out at 10 seconds into the video. If you feel like you're stuck in your current position and you just can't possibly change, then I made this video for you. You can see how it hooks them. You identify their pain point in the hook and then they get the delivery. Everything you say in this video, say the exact same, but you change that hook, bro, that's going to be the difference between whatever, 200 views and 2,000 views, right? I'm not sure how many views he's got, but you get the point. Here we have Simon Shredder. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? He needs to change his fucking banner. This tells me nothing, bro. What's your channel about? Have something that tells us what your channel is about, that tells a story through photos. Simply just some photos with maybe like the word subscribe is going to lead to more subscribers, more views on your videos than whatever the fuck this is, right? One thing I'm going to say is I like that he has a homepage, but I don't like how it is laid out. You want your most popular videos first. You don't want viewers to have to navigate over to videos and go, oh yeah, popular. No. First impressions are everything. Popular, for you, playlists, videos, featured, posts, shorts, right? That's the order you want. You want people to see your best shit as soon as they come onto your channel, right? So change this, change your homepage. Now let's navigate to his videos. Okay, thumbnails. Off the bat, they're very clean. They're a nice style. It does appear he has a similar style of thumbnails to me, but I won't hold it against you, Simon. They're clean, they're easy to read. You'll notice Charlie's were very similar to what these are, but the text on these are easier to read, okay? And the photos he has added seem to make sense for the most part. How I fucked up my mental health with just one mistake. I personally wouldn't have added photos to this thumbnail here. It just doesn't make sense. There's 3 heads, it's very overpowering. Which one should I look at? But on a video like this, how to be so confident people start questioning your sanity, right? He has photos here that genuinely do make an impact, a further impact on the title, okay? You can see him over here looking fucking shredded to the gills, flexing, and then he's, you know, once again doing the same thing with what looks to be a mate. It adds to that aspect of confidence, right? It's going to drive a higher click-through rate. You'll be the coolest guy in the room once you master this, and he's got him here, obviously, at some parties, some gatherings, hanging out with people. Those types of photos you should add because they do genuinely add weight to what you have just said. So 100%. I definitely like the thumbnail style, but he doesn't have any shorts on here. So I'm just going to click on his most recent video and check the hooker. As you can see, I sort of already started watching this.
In the past few days, there's been an issue that has been ruining my life completely. It's taken its effect on my relationships, it's taken its effect on my work, and most importantly, it took a massive hit on my mental health. And it all...
That's a strong hook. It makes people wonder what the fuck this thing could possibly be. That first 30 seconds to a minute is what's going to determine whether or not the viewer continues watching for the next 5, 10 minutes, however long the video is. Okay? So if you can have a strong hook like he does, that's going to be the difference between like 100 and 100,000 views, okay? I already know what the video is about because he's made it clear in the title, how I fucked up my mental health with just one mistake. He's created a curiosity gap there, which is great. What is this one mistake?
All the way until I stopped going out with my friends.
All right, so you've given the payoff far too early. The idea with the curiosity gap is to keep me wondering, keep me curious for as long as you possibly can. So if in the title you've got something like how I fucked up my mental health with just one mistake, the curiosity gap should be, I wonder what that mistake was. And I should not get 30 seconds into the video and straight away get the payoff, right? Because as soon as I know what that mistake is, I am going to be more inclined to click off of your video, just stop fucking watching. I'm not going to subscribe, I'm not going to watch anymore, I've already got the payoff. So a prime example of this, we'll navigate to my channel once again. It started with Fortnite, it ended in handcuffs. I've given you how it started, how it ended. There's a huge curiosity gap there. If I were to get 30 seconds into the video and say, oh yeah, I got arrested with my mate and he wasn't a very good mate, like literally this is pretty much what I say at the end, right? That video would have maybe got like 1,000, 2,000 views, which is fucking terrible for my channel, right? But it didn't, it got 460,000. Why? Because that payoff, it ended in handcuffs, comes at the very end. I think it's literally like 18 minutes into the video. You finally find out how I ended up in handcuffs. So what you've done here is good with the title. The editing's good. I would have the payoff around 6.5 minutes in. Towards the end, because people are constantly in this curiosity loop. So tell your story as you do, and then get to the part where you stop hanging out with your friends and you've started feeling alone and it fucked up your mental health, rah, rah, rah. All right, now here we have Hudson Lang. Once again, this fella is in my mentorship. He literally joined like last week. And I had a conversation with him on the call the other day, but there is a lot that needs improving with your channel, Hudson, and it's going to be the brutal, honest truth, all right? I'm not here to hold back, tell you what you want to hear. First and foremost, this channel banner is not cutting it. I don't want to come on and read some shit. I want to see what you're about, okay? Maybe at the most have a subscribe or have your name if that's what you want to have. Have some photos that somewhat relate to the topics of your channel. The bio here, it cuts off, all right? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Hudson Lang and my purpose is to inspire you. And then it cuts off, right? I have to press more. I shouldn't have to press more. There's too much there. No one's reading that. Now with your titles, give me 7 minutes and you will make a major comeback. No curiosity gap whatsoever. Now, before I even know what this video is about, I can say with 100% confidence, you could have made this video titled, give me 7 minutes and I will completely change your entire life. Way better, way more impact. That curiosity gap is created. They're like, whoa, that's a big promise. Let me click on this video, see if he's, talking shit or not. But let's just click it, have a look at the hook, have a look at the editing.
Within the next 5 to 10 minutes, you will learn how to convert your mind.
Music shit, right? Change the music. It doesn't add to it. It sounds too preachy. Having this motivational backing track doesn't work.
Into a major comeback that will make you so proud and grateful for who you are.
Far too preachy. If people are coming to you for the first time, they need a reason to watch you. There's no sense of relatability here. They need someone to relate to. So if you instead started it off with why you are credible, giving your story, right? The story is what makes you credible, then maybe they will stick around to listen to your preachy advice, right? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with this preacher, right? I do it. I preach in my videos sometimes. I tell people just the hard, honest truth and try and motivate them like he's doing here. But I do it after I've given them the story, which adds the credibility to my preaching. You see what I'm saying? So if I jump on and I say, you need to stop trying to have sex with as many girls as possible because it's ruining your teenage years, who the fuck's going to listen to that? But if I give them a story about how I wasted my teenage years chasing girls, and then I tell them that, well, it adds more impact. It doesn't sound as preachy because I'm giving them the reason that I'm credible. So you starting the video off with this.
Within the next 5 to 10 minutes, you will learn how to convert your minor setback into a major comeback that will make you...
You don't need to tell me this, all right? The title should tell me everything I need to know. Your hook shouldn't sound like a fucking title. This is like a hook you would use on a short form piece of content. Within the next 30 seconds, I'm about to change your mindset completely on rah, rah, rah. That's a short form hook. There's a difference between a hook and an intro. Okay, I know I've been using the word hook this whole time, but realistically on a long term, fuck, what am I saying? On a long form video, it's an intro, not a hook per se.
So proud and grateful for who...
Right, so I've just skipped 55 seconds into the video and he's doing fucking a workout mid-video. So nothing in the thumbnail and title would have told me that it was going to be a workout video. Like, this was the last thing I was expecting clicking onto this video. So as soon as people, if anyone's still watching past that fucking hook you've done there, they're not going to be watching past this workout portion, because I didn't click on this wanting to watch a workout video. I clicked on it wanting to make a major comeback, like you say.
That workout that I just had wasn't my full workout, but I still gave it a strong effort.
So it appears to me this isn't a storytelling type of video or a tip-based video like he started off with, or like the title suggests. This is actually a vlog, and I love it, man. Like, I love the different style of content, you know. Most of the guys that I help in my mentorship do sort of storytelling style, but he, in this case, is doing documentation, which I fucking love, okay? But at the start of the video, I have no idea that that's what this video is going to be about. So a storytelling title or a motivation tip style of title, which is what you have, is very different to a vlog style of title. So I feel the reason that your videos aren't getting many views, the thing that's holding you back, is you have these tip-based titles, but when I click on your video, it's a fucking vlog, bro. And there's nothing wrong with creating vlogs. Like I said, that's sick. But you need to have your title align, your title and thumbnail, sorry, align with the actual content itself. Because if you would put on this that it's a vlog in some way, shape or form, right, put a vlog-based title on it, day in the life of a 17-year-old on the grind, I would have clicked on that wanting to watch a vlog. But instead I've clicked on it wanting to make a major comeback, and instead I've gotten some cunt's day in the life. You can see the difference between the two. So honestly, bro, I don't think it's your style of content that's holding you back. It's the thumbnail and title that aren't carrying over to the retention in the video, because they're not even remotely similar to the style of content that's actually in that video, right? They're completely different. Now let's watch a couple of his shorts. He's just got one.
I am extremely grateful for being on self-improvement for over 3 years now, and I'd love to share with you what my life is exactly like right now. Over here is my habit tracker where I improve my sleep.
13 seconds in, have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. No context here whatsoever. I would have started this with something along the lines of, I completely changed my life in 3 years. Here's how you can do the exact same. You've made yourself credible by saying that you change yourself, and now you've told them you're going to help them do the exact same. That's a big promise, right? So instead of starting it with,
I am extremely grateful for being on self-improvement.
Start it with my hook next time. All right, here we have Dawson, which once again is another client of mine. The first thing that sticks out to me, mission to change 100,000 people's lives, right? Just put an S on the end of that and it'll be sweet. But I love that when you come to his channel, what he is preaching, what he is teaching is abundantly clear. He is trying to change 100,000 people's lives. And that in itself creates a bit of a curiosity gap. How's he going to do that? People scroll through his content and go, oh yeah, I can see how his content would help people, but I can't make judgments too soon. Let's scroll down. All right. He's got For You, shorts, videos, posts. So I would once again just lay this out differently. I've mentioned it earlier in the video. Just go back to that part if you want to see how I would lay it out. But I'm not going to go too into that because I've already sort of spoken on that. Let's go over to his videos. I saw Dawson make a post the other day about how his videos haven't been performing as well as he'd like and he hasn't been making the progress he would like. And brother, straight out, I know exactly why. You're fucking up, okay? How to develop good habits and remove bad habits so fast it fit. and it just cuts off, right? With the title, if it is more than 50 characters long, it cuts off on desktop. And if it's more than 70 characters long, it cuts off even on mobile. This title is about 84 characters long. I checked it the other day. So it cuts off on both, leading to a very low click-through rate, which is why it's only got 7 views and his channel has 755 subs. The thumbnail, it doesn't tell me enough about the video. The title, it's too fucking long. I don't even know what the video is about just looking at it here because it cuts off. 4 underrated habits that will change your life. They will actually change your life. There's just not enough of a curiosity gap, right? You've already told me that in the title. You need to put something polarizing in the thumbnail caption, right? If you've just put the exact same thing in the thumbnail caption as you have in the title, how the fuck's that gonna drive me to click? There's no sort of gap to be filled in my mind. All it sort of tells me is that some other cunt just preaching the exact same thing as the other hundreds of millions of self-improvement tip creators online, right? One thing I will say is I like the consistency of thumbnails. They're all very similar. It's not too cluttered, you know, some of them are a little bit more dopamine than others, like this one, social media is killing you. Not enough context in the title. The thumbnail just has a little too much going on for a cold audience to want to click on. The style of ones that work, watch this if you can't relate to 99% of people. No friends, watch this. There's a little bit of a curiosity gap there. Once again, after hearing my story, you'll know whether you're ready for it, and it just cuts off. No, ready for it what? Right, I literally don't know because it's more than 50 characters, it just cuts off on desktop. But let's navigate to some of his shorts. I would say you need to do a lot of work with your titles, all right? There is a little bit too much going on in the titles. Just there's too many words, too many grammatical errors.
I don't know how many teenagers will be able to relate to this, but isn't it crazy that we used to go from like living a happy life, like a kid, just enjoying their life, to now living like a teenager who has to like live a scripted life.
15 seconds in, don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I would have started it with something along the lines of, if you're a teenager, stop scrolling, because I can almost guarantee you need to hear what I'm about to say. So much stronger. You've identified the demographic of people who you are targeting. So more than likely, if they're a teenager, they're gonna stop scrolling, right? Then you get to your delivery. Okay, let's watch another.
Now it's been almost 2 years since I graduated from secondary school, and I wish somebody made this video for me. Now, I don't know how many of you have heard this before, but you've probably heard people telling you that, oh, you should only live your teenage like fun. You only
16 seconds in, don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Once again, here's what I want you to do when structuring a hook. Think about what the main message of the video is, the main pain point that someone who's struggling with that particular thing would experience, and then hook it with whatever that pain point and target demographic which you are targeting is, okay? So for example, if you're a teenager who feels behind in life, watch this right now. Pain point, demographic, simple. That's how you should structure your hook. But that's gonna be a wrap for us today. If you enjoyed this video and you genuinely found this advice helpful, click that top link in the description. That's going to take you to my school community where I'm currently helping over 40 ambitious motherfuckers such as yourself level up their personal brands, monetize, grow, and everything in between. So if that sounds like something that may be of interest, just click that top link. I'll see you in the next one. Stay grinding, my G.